Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and this is Proxmox VE Complete Masterclass, and this is fifth video in this class. So uh, in today's session we are going to do one of the most critical and important thing if you are trying to set up an enterprise level Proxmox VE environment. So we are going to create a 3 node cluster on by using the 3 nodes which we have installed and configured throughout this course. So let's get started. So before we go in and do step-by-step implementation of 3 node cluster creation, let's understand what are the basics behind a cluster and what is Proxmox VE cluster. So a Proxmox VE cluster is a group of multiple Proxmox VE hosts. It also called as nodes that are centrally managed via a single platform. So instead of managing each Proxmox server separately, clustering allow you to manage all the hosts from one single web console. So if I show you in my lab environment, so we got a, as of now a Proxmox node 1, Proxmox node 2 and Proxmox node 3. So these all hosts are getting managed individually. So a cluster uses basically chronosync for all cluster communication and quorum, and this is also Proxmox cluster file system, which is PMX CFS. So this is shared cluster configuration database, which is going to be used when you create a cluster. SSH trust between host to between nodes or host, you can see for secure communication, and shared storage optional but recommended for live migration and HA if you want to use Proxmox V in a real production environment where you need to enable HA with the live migration. So without cluster, all 3 nodes are going to be managed separately. With cluster, single Proxmox GUI, all nodes part of same group. So many physical servers behave like a one virtualization platform, which is a part of single cluster farm. So that's why most of the if you are running most of the enterprise environment or a small, even a small company organization where you need to deploy multiple Proxmox server with the multiple virtual machine, the cluster is a basic foundation for the infrastructure. So core component of Proxmox V, so cluster nodes. So each Proxmox server become a node. So for example, we have a 3 nodes. So each nodes run Proxmox V, and then KVM QM for VMs and LXC for containers. And chronosync handles, basically this is one of the most important part of Proxmox V cluster infrastructure. It, it handles the node membership, heartbeat communication, quorum calculation, and cluster messaging. So it basically answers which nodes are alive. So if nodes cannot communicate to the cluster, so cluster decision stop the prevent. It's going to take the decision to basically stop to prevent a split brain scenario in your cluster infrastructure. So quorum has the same basically concept what it has at other places. So quorum basically decides the majority agreement. So for example, 3 node cluster, 2 nodes alive, quorum exists. So or 1 node alive or no quorum. So this basically define how your infrastructure is going to behave when the nodes are down. So without quorum, cluster configure basically becomes read only, HA action is stopped. So this reason prevent data corruption in your infrastructure. So these are the 3 major critical part of Proxmox cluster infrastructure, VE cluster infrastructure, and these are some optional component, but these are also important when you are trying to configure a production infrastructure. So shared storage, without shared storage you will not be able to do live migration, HA failover, or shared VM access. So example, you can use NFS, chefs, and ISKC ZFS replication and all. So without shared migration, shared storage migration may require a disk copy on the each Proxmox V. And then you have high availability. This is also optional, but HA allow basically to automatically start virtual machine on other nodes in case any of the node gets failed in the your cluster infrastructure. So now these are the some real world use cases. So for production data center, company host maybe Active Directory, SQL application monitoring, file system infrastructure. You can create a with the minimum infrastructure 3 node cluster, shared SAN storage, and 10 GB network and H enable. So if one host fails, Cluster detects failure, HA restart workload automatically elsewhere on the available nodes in the cluster. And business impact, minimal downtime and best for enterprise production infrastructure. And you can scale as of now, basically as per your requirement. Use case 2 is small business virtualization, basically 50 users company, workload, Windows server, file server, domain controller, ERP or backup server. So set up 2 or 3 Proxmox node with the shared NAS storage benefit. It provides a central management, easy migration, better uptime and lower VMware licensing cost also. So now these are the key benefit of Proxmox VE cluster. So first one is centralized management. Is provide a centralized management from one GUI. All nodes can be managed, and login into physical 5 servers separately is going to be easy. But when your infrastructure is scaled to 20 50 hosts basically, then cluster is one of the essential thing which you should do. Second is live migration. With the cluster you can do a live migration, high availability, you can enable HA. Scalability also, so add node as per your environment grows. So start with the 3 node, later you can do 5 node, 7 node. So no redesigning is required, just bring your physical host and then add to the existing cluster. Better maintenance window, so patch hardware software without any downtime. So you can basically do a migrate virtual machine, drain node, upgrade the node, or return the node to the main production. So resource flexibility, workload can move anywhere depending on your cluster node, so it does not require to be fixed or to any Proxmox VE host. Lower cost comparison to enterprise hypervisor licensing, good for VMware alternative and other infrastructure depending on your requirement. Backup infrastructure integration works well with Proxmox backup server, NFS backup target, and ZFX snapshot. So these are the some key benefit of cluster. And next, what are the basically best practices for Proxmox VE cluster? So minimum 3 node is required, and then you should configure quorum also, so 2 nodes only. This is the bad configuration. Basically, if you create 2 node cluster, if 1 node fail, majority will fail. So better 3 node, and best is 3 node plus more than 3 nodes. So, and then separate cluster network, so do not mix your infrastructure. So on a single network interface, so create a dedicated for VM traffic, storage connectivity, cluster traffic and all. So same thing I have done. So if I show you one of the host, you can see we got 4 NICs, and each NIC has its own basically purpose. So we'll discuss this in details, but make sure you have a separate cluster networking. Do not mix everything on one network. So use reliable DNS FQDN. So check the host name. So this is also one of the fundamental requirement for cluster. So if I show you here, so make sure your all the nodes should be able to basically resolve other nodes. So if you see, this is my full name of this host is pv0 .labsense.lan, and if I go to DNS, you should be able to see I have configured my Active Directory DNS server as a DNS source. So now if I go and try to do a basically a ping or NS lookup, so for maybe for PVE02, so it should be able to resolve. So this is one of the fundamental, you should be able to resolve your all the nodes hostname FQDN. And then time synchronization, also make sure your all the host having same time configuration. And shared storage for HA, if you are using trying to enable HA, that is also fundamental. So you should enable basically use the shared storage. And in upcoming video we are going to use configure the shared storage also. Fast network, minimum 1 gig, better for better go with the 10G, especially for migration, SEFs and backup network. Avoid single point of failure, one switch for everything. So better go with the redundant at the switch level, network level, storage path, power, everything should be redundant. Keep nodes similar, so best when hardware match. So make sure your Proxmox V nodes are identical if you go to configuration part, hardware configuration. backup even when HA is enabled. So if you have enabled the HA, this is highly recommended to go and enable backup also. Still use Proxmox backup server, snapshot, offshore site copy also, and we are going to have a dedicated sessions on these things also. Test failover scenario once you created the cluster, test failover scenarios also, and use subs carefully. So subs is powerful but need to be proper hardware, fast network, RAM planning. So not ideal for a small lab or a small organization. So this is my environment. So we got three nodes, Proxmox nodes, one backup node, and TrueNAS, which we are backup and TrueNAS we are going to configure in upcoming video. And I got my this Active Directory and DNS servers also. So now let's go ahead and start with the cluster creation. So before that, let's review the network design and configuration. So I got 4 NICs on all my Proxmox hosts. So let me show you. So I got 4 NIC, one for management, one for storage, migration, and VM guest. So if I show you, these are the nicknames. So management, storage, migration, and VM guest. And purpose is going to be GUI access, SSH access, and cluster management for management. And storage is going to be used for backup traffic and shared storage. Live migration is going to be used for live migration traffic, and VM guest for VM network. So this is how I have designed. So I have configured IP address for each host. For the basically for the storage, management, and live migration, and all hosts are configured with the same configuration. So let me show you here. So if I go to networks, you should be able to see this is my node 1, and let me show you node 2. This is my node 2, and this is my node 3. So you should make sure your network configuration is identical and all the hosts are configured properly. So this is my network. So this is now how to create a 3-node cluster step by step. So I have mentioned here CLI command. So if you want to create basically a cluster node cluster by using CLI, you can follow these steps. In this video I'm going to follow the basically GUI based creation. So if you want to do it through CLI, which is I highly recommend, go ahead and try with CLI also. And let's in this video let's do with the GUI. So now the very first thing, you should be able to test your basically ping connectivity and reachability, so which is basically a requirement. So Proxmox VE installed on all 3 nodes, same version, static IP address configuration. You should have a root password, all 3 nodes reachable and ping via this, and hostname and DNS resolved working, should be working. So we already tested the NS lookup. Let me test the ping. So VE 01.02. So you can see I'm able to reach to my second host. And now let me test the third host. So these are the prerequisites. So you should have a proper connectivity configured. So now let's go to data center first, and then here you will see if you come to cluster, you will see the cluster. So create cluster, and then you need to specify the cluster name. So let me call it Proxmox prod cluster or class basically. Or Prox prod cluster or class only, and then cluster network, which cluster network you want to use. So I want to use this network only. So if you want to have a multiple net use for failover lower number, you can do that also. So I'll go ahead and click on create. So now you can see cluster engine authentication key generator, and it's generated the keys basically, and restart chrono service. So everything looks good. I'll go ahead and close here, and now you should be able to see we got a cluster name and config version and node. So we got one node here. Now we need to basically click on join information. So If you see here, this is our join information, which is critical for us because we are going to use this to join our nodes. So now basically you can copy and paste it. So now we go at the next step. We have validated the cluster is up, now generated the join information also. Now we will go ahead, log into our node 2 and then going to join node in the cluster. So let's try that also. So I'll go here, and this is my node 2. I'll go in the data center, basically cluster, and then I'll click on join cluster, and then I need to paste the information here. Go and paste the information here. Now you can see the peer address, and it will ask you the root password. So I'll go ahead and provide my root password, and then it will detect the fingerprint, and you need to specify the network. So I'll go ahead and use this network, and everything looks good. I'll go ahead and click on join Proxmox prod cluster. So now you can see login succeeded, and it's going to stop this Proxmox VE service and then going to restart that. So let's wait for some time. Now you can see join request okay. So finish setup locally. So I'll go ahead and close this, and now if I go here, you should be able to see now 2 nodes. So this is good. Now let me verify one. So now you can see the 2 nodes are added, and now I'll go ahead and add the third node also. So this is my third node. So I'll select the NIC, and then so now as soon as I click on join cluster, so now you can see all 3 Proxmox hosts are added to my cluster, which is data center prod prox hyphen prod hyphen class, and all 3 Proxmox nodes are visible here. So this is good. Now if I go here in the summary, you should be able to see the overall status, and then we got 3 node, all 3 nodes are up, and virtual machine we got only 1 virtual machine, and you can see the overall CPU, memory, storage for all 3 nodes. And now if I go to cluster, you should be able to see all 3 nodes here. So this is pretty much what I wanted to cover in this video. So in next upcoming video, we are going to extend our cluster with the HA and other capabilities, where we are going to set up the backup, replication and everything. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always put me on given email IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.